Hi, I want to take a minute to introduce myself and thank you for investing in student learning and success in Louisville ISD. I'm Lindsay Ferguson, the Elementary Mathematics Administrator, and I want to give you some brief information regarding the second 9-week CBA data for the third grade. As we look at the data, please keep in mind that all CBAs are written with the standards in mind. We realize students mature over the course of the year, and some are still working to master these standards at this point. It's recommended that the CBAs be used to inform your instruction and not be used as a grade. I want to reiterate that I'm referring to district data throughout this presentation. As you are analyzing your campus and/or class data, you have some great tools to support you. As you know, Eduphoria, Aware, and Forethought provide data, TEKS, and instructional supports. If you have access to the Click-On TEKS, they are an amazing resource to dig a little deeper into the student mastery expectations. In the following slides, I'm going to discuss the questions that represent the highest percentages correct. I want to assure you as a math department, we analyze this data and will utilize it during curriculum writing to provide further support. As you can see, the top of the screen, I have given you the standard or the TEK to go along with the questions. Number 18 was one of our 3 most successful questions for the third grade. It says which number sentence is not in the same fact family as 7, 3, and 21. We had 89% of our students respond with J and getting that answer correctly. Question number 25 aligns to the TEK 3.5C to describe a multiplication expression as a comparison, such as 3 times 24 represents 3 times as much as 24. The students were very successful with C being the correct response, and 83% of our students getting that one correct. Question number 28 asked students to refer to the table from question number 27, so I have included that table here. That's from question number 27, and they needed to use that table to answer the question, how many legs would 5 insects have? 82% of our students chose F as 30. I'm extremely proud of that. Oftentimes students want to just do the next in the pattern, which would have been 4 insects, and that did not catch our kids, so great job. In the following slides, I'm now going to discuss the 5 questions with the lowest percentage correct from the third grade, second 9-week CBA. Number 1 requires students to be flexible in their understanding of numbers and place value. D was the correct response, and we had 52% of our students answer correctly. It's important for students as they look at the numbers here to see that 6 represents 6 10,000s, and it also represents 60 thousands. So here we have 60 thousands and 4 thousands, or 64 thousands, and 1 10 and 7 ones. That's challenging for students as they are deepening their understanding of place value. Question number 11 is a 2-step problem involving addition and subtraction. A is the correct response. Students will get by adding 236 and 178. And then subtracting that answer from 563. C and D were common responses. C, students only completed the first step, adding 236 and 178. And D, students added all 3 numbers together. The second step caused 44% of our students to respond incorrectly for number 11. As you know, students having experiences with concrete and pictorial models prior to learning the standard algorithm is imperative. Using the concrete models or the base 10 blocks in this case, and then moving from the base 10 blocks to the pictorial models, which is what you see represented here. Students are able to move to the more abstract notation after the pictorial representations, and that'll just be an extension of that understanding. So this supports an in-depth understanding of how numbers work together and paves the way for fluency in operations as we go. So keep in mind the concrete then to the pictorial is extremely important. Here we're at the pictorial stage of having kids draw out those concrete representations. You can see the rods clearly, the rods, and then the singles. It says which of the following problems could be representing using the partial product model. Here we have our 10 rod, our 2 singles, so that's 12, and then we have 8 singles across. This may remind you of the traditional multiplication table that students are sometimes exposed to, or that we may have been exposed to in our math on our math journey. So A is the correct response. The correct response there. We only had 48% of our students respond with A. For question number 17, which of the following statements is not true? The students are just determining if a number is even or odd using the divisibility rules. We had 49% of our students answer D correctly. The other options were spread out fairly evenly between A, B, and C, so just practicing those divisibility rules will help support the kids with number 17. Okay, question number 19, as you can see, is a griddable. When analyzing the data, A is the percentage for the correct response, and B is the percentage for the incorrect response. The best way to see why students miss this question is to look at their test and their answer documents. Did they miss the math, or did they grid incorrectly? This will give you valuable information for the next steps for instruction. It's also important to note in number 19 that as you read the question, the students, this is information that's not needed, that she has 19 hair bows. To get the correct answer, students just have to multiply 4 times 14 to get 56. Some trends as I was analyzing the data for the district for the 3rd grade, second 9-week CBA, one of the challenges I saw as students looking at their data was the rigorous problem solving, specifically the 2-step problems for our 3rd graders. The curriculum writers have worked really hard to add some sample intentional problem solving problems into stage 3 in forethought. So you can go to any of the units in the 3rd 9 weeks, go down to the stage 3 design tools, and you will see some sample questions here. These are 2nd grade, but you have the same for your 3rd grade information. And also in stage 3 in forethought, you're going to find the common types and collaboration documents. So same thing, unit, stage 3, and then under the process standard sentence stems, that will help you support the process standards. And then you will find the common types for addition and subtraction, or your intentional problem solving problems. Teachers have worked really hard and shared many questions with various unknowns, so that can support that intentional problem solving that you're doing each day. We as an elementary math team are eager to support you. As always, please do not hesitate to reach out to us for any questions or anything that you may need at all, and we appreciate you taking your time to dig into some of this data. Thank you.